Welcome to Turn Right Machine Works. My name is Keith. Alright, this is from Mark Ayers. And so what's in your box? 2014, it's in an MSC box there. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull his tag off of here. Alright, let's see what we've got inside here. Nice brush. You know, even if you don't have a file card, a good brush like that comes in handy. Look at right here. All right, here's metric and standard, a quick key, ball end mills, standard. That's excellent, excellent. And I believe that one is on our tool list. And we can mark that off and see where we put it on. But we did get tweezers, all right. But I just wanted to go ahead and mark these off while I'm got it here. Allen wrenches right here. Imperial and metric sets. I know that it goes up to 10. I think my metric set only goes like to 8 there. Really nice set. Excellent. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Etching pen or scribe. We got tungsten carbide point for making scribing on all metal, ceramics, and glass. Very nice. All right, so we have 2 scribes now, and here's a feeler gauge set. Blackhawk. I like the Blackhawk name there. I'm going to go ahead and open this out. 1, the package is sticky on the outside, and 2, I wanted to actually see. So you got imperial and metric readings on here, so it's all the way from 35 thousandths, which is 0.889 millimeters, down to right underneath here will probably be, they're very nice, they're oiled, brandy new set. 1.5 thousandths, 0.038 millimeters. Alright, I'm going to get another little Ziploc to put that on just so it doesn't. Here's a nice tempered SPI 6-inch scale. Well, for some reason they packaged up things in stickiness here. And we got 32nd 64ths and hundredths and tenths on the other side. One of my most favorite scales of all time is that R16, I believe, or I believe that's what you call a 5R. All right. For right now, but I want a photo of them, so we want to keep these out. And it's more that sticky. I don't know if somebody just put that on there for shipping or what. But a nice brush. You never have too many of those, and they do get eaten up. And in here, I'm not going to have to open this up, but this is sport style safety glasses, silver color frame, clear, anti-fog lens. Very good. We got safety glasses on here, so we got a pair of those. And feeler gauge set, one of those, and we got a 6-inch flex scale, we got one of those. Chip brush, wire brush, here's somebody who's been watching my videos, and here's a pair of needle nose pliers, completely smooth and round, except for you know, they do have grippy handles here. It's a nice addition to a box. Alright, let me get a nice photo of that. Really nice collection, Mark. I'm glad you contributed to the box, and I really think your contributions are right in the line of making the tool list. Thank you. Alright, we're stepping up to the next one here, and this is from Jeff Moss. Alright, some nice channel locks there. Zip ties. There's a small ball peen hammer. There's a 10-inch crescent wrench. Here's something you always need, and it's very, very important to actually have a handle on your files. And there's a lot of other tools. People make scrapers and a couple other things. The handles are, they're a necessity, and sometimes they get overlooked. And nice Starrett 16-foot tape measure. Small folding Allen wrench set. 1/16 to 5/32. A lock and key set. American Lock USA. And 2 flexible scales. They read 32nds and 64ths on that one, and 16ths, and you got millimeters on that one there. Alright, so that doubles up on our scales there. And let's see what else we got on here. We had a hammer, I believe. Actually, you know what, the more important, the handles here, 2 handles. Okay, ball peen hammer. This is one of my favorite sizes. Actually, it's almost exactly. This has got 20 plus years on it for sure. Okay, 10-inch adjustable wrench. We got that marked down. We got a little bit more on the Allen wrenches here. 1 tape measure. All right, Jeff, very good. Oh, I almost forgot the flex scale. So we got all right, 2 fractional flexible scales. All right, let me get a photo of that, and we'll get on to the next. All right, this next one here is from Canada, R. Delmont. Machinist Calculator Pro. Got all the scientific advanced machining math and reference tool. Model 4087. Excellent. Look at that, feed, inches, teeth. Might make me rethink having a Hi Keith, please find enclosed my contribution to the toolbox giveaway. I think it's a very worthwhile project deserving support. I applaud your hard work and efforts in passing on your knowledge and keeping interest in the trade alive. I've been using this Calculator Pro for the last 3 years, and while not eliminating the need for Machinery's Handbook, for 90% of what the average guy does in the shop, there's invaluable. They are invaluable. Anyway, hope the recipient can get good use out of it. Roger Delamont. That's pretty neat. That's special. You know, speeds and feeds, trigonometric functions, right triangle math, work in and convert between US and metric units, bolt patterns, thread size, drill point, drill size, 3-wire measurement. Machinists, setters, tool and die makers, machine shop supervisors, advanced machining and math reference tool. First time I've seen one. Alright, let me get a close-up of this there, and we're going to throw that in the box. And that definitely marks one off the calculator list here. Alright, this next one's from Tom Bellis. And Tom says, Keith, I hope this is not a duplicate. Found this in a pawn shop in January this year. Was hoping you would have another toolbox. Thanksgiving for your videos. Great chandelier. Tom Bellis. Alright, we'll have to look at that in a minute. Okay, had to take a break and help unload the groceries. And also take care of my crickets I got coming in for the chickens, and we took out and went out and fed the chickens. So anyway, we're back in here and we're opening up Tom Bellis's project here, and he was hoping it wasn't a duplicate, and of course I see something in here that I don't want to cut with this blade here, so I'm being very careful. Excellent. Last word indicator. I have one, but you can tell I don't dig it out and use it a lot. Last word indicator. Very nice test unit. What I really like is because you can have the ball coming out at a 90 degrees. You can flip that like this and you can still work it there, or down like this. Very nice. Alright, we're we'll get a close-up to that. Thanks, Tom. That's very nice, and I think actually that can cross off a test indicator. And I'll write down here last word. Excellent. We're coming down to the last half a dozen we have sitting here, and this one's from Clue, Seal Beach, California. Envelope includes packing list giveaway 2014. He has an up on here, but I think the post office actually had it every other direction but up. And it had a little poke hole or whatever in it, so not quite sure. Alright, then I want to go ahead and there we go. Holy cow. Dear Keith, hope everything is well in your world and that work is keeping you busy. It's pretty much keeping me busy. That's why this has been dragging for so long on just getting it going. I'm really pleased to see you continue what's in your box giveaway, and I'm once again happy to be able to contribute. Following is the list of the items that are in this shipment. 2 thick parallels, approximately 6 inches long, and I checked in their match set. A Starrett 284 Acme thread gauge, a generic thread gauge fish, a generic 6-inch outside caliper, a generic 6-inch inside caliper, a 4-inch clamp, 2 small, 1 medium, 1 large, 3 of them are union, a general machinist measurement tool set with 6-inch dial calipers, a 1-inch micrometer, and a 2-inch and 3-inch machinist square, a generic 12-inch combination square set with protractor head, square head, and centering head. Excellent. A generic item are good quality, just not Starrett, Lufkin, Brown and Sharp, etc. Just to let you know a little bit more about myself, I'm a chemical engineer by training and have ended up in project management of large engineering projects. My love of machining goes back to my father's tool and die shop. My dad came over here to the U.S. after World War II with 50 bucks in his pocket, and by 15 years later had one of the largest independent tool and die shops. I believe he had over 200 employees at peak in Detroit and was president of Detroit Tool and Die Association. I still remember going down to the shop and absorbing the smells and watching the machinists and die makers at work, getting a chance to mess around with some of the less dangerous stuff. Dad's shop was big. It had both an 800-ton and 2,000-ton press for testing the dies. Also, although my brothers and I have loved to take over the shop, our father saw the upcoming impact of the CNC machining and how that was going to put independent shops out of business. He encouraged us to go to college and get degrees in engineering or science, and sold the shop to his partners while I was in college. His foresight was correct, because within 5 years of selling out his partners, the annual revenue of the shop was a tenth of the normal, and shop went bankrupt within about 10 years later. I do hobby machining and have rear campaign champion blower and forge 9L lathe, and inherited it from my father-in-law, who inherited it from his father, who was the original owner, and have totally restored it and use it as my everyday lathe. It cuts great for an old lathe, but nowhere near the massive cuts that you, Adam Booth, Tom Limpton, and others can do with the commercial level lathes. I also have restored an old Westinghouse brake company compressor that an old drill press my father had, and I converted a mini mill to a CNC, along with upsizing the mill bed, increased the travel on all axis. The reason my father-in-law had all the equipment is his father was a master machinist in Los Angeles, who according to my wife was making about $6,000 a year in 1930s, which leads me to believe he was a heck of a machinist, and my father-in-law was a master tooling engineer for U.S. Electric Motors, and who had 8 patents to his name. I enjoy machining as a hobby along with other passions in collecting Starrett tools. I have over 600 Starrett tools to date in catalog ranging from current day back to 1895. If you ever need a Starrett tool identified, just drop me a line. I'll tell my wife it's cheaper collecting old tools than chasing blondes. But I think she rumors me, as it may keeps me in the garage and out of her hair. I'm a strong believer of mentoring young people to learn and grow their careers, and I have done it through my own career. I am in total agreement with you that we are losing the skill sets of machinists, tool and die makers, skilled mechanics, etc. And we are going to be hard to replace the upcoming years. I see the same issues in my work as project manager, and the younger generations are very sharp in computer skills but significantly lack what we call common sense engineering capabilities. I think there is a lot to be said for combining what is used to be called vocational art courses with theoretical engineering courses. This reminds me of an old joke we tell about PH engineers. After the oral test, there should be a final test for any PhD engineering candidate. You put the candidate in a room with a tiger in a cage at the other in a room with a tiger in a cage at the other end of the room. At the candidate's feet is a disassembled rifle. Then you tell the candidate he or she has 1 minute head start to assemble the rifle before the cage doors open. You have given a lot of us through your YouTube videos, and I have learned an incredible amount by watching your videos. Your craftsmanship shows through in all your work, and it's always a pleasure to watch someone who is passionate about their work perform their craft. My small donation is just a simple way of saying thanks for all that you do and your efforts to help others. As you can tell from the return address on the box, I live in Southern Cal with my wife, all children growing up and out of the house. And if you are ever near the Seal Beach area, please give me a call, and I would be happy to give you a nickel tour of my garage and Starrett tool collection. Please feel free to use whatever paragraphs you want from this letter when you do your review of donations, although I would like the personal information kept private. Also, I know I have emailed you before, but just in case, my email address, blah blah blah. Again, thanks for doing this donation program again and helping to further the careers of aspiring machinists. Ron Q. Thank you very much, Ron. Nice square set. Fishtail gauge there. Here's the Acme thread gauge here. 0 to 1 mic. See that? He did shut the anvil on a piece of paper. A caliper. Alright. This is the thick parallels. The thing about the thick parallels is the weight of sending them, and nice clamps. I'm going to go ahead and, there's another one here. Here's the other thick parallel. Inside spring calipers. Okay, just what he said was going to be in there. Alright, let's go ahead and we got a few things here. Combination square set, I like that, and including the center binder. We got one of those. 0 to 1 mic, Acme thread gauge, we got one. And a V fishtail style gauge, we got one. We have one small machinist square. Inside and outside spring calipers. I had 1/8 parallel set, and I'll write down one wide set. Alright. And the clamps, I didn't actually have those on here as well, but I do like them. I do think they're a great addition to anyone's box. Just didn't think they were on the machinist tool list. Alright, Ron, that's a great gift. Thank you very much. Alright, this next one here, I had opened it already, but you know, it's been quite a long time ago. April 7th or so. Bob Miller from Kentucky, and hi Keith, my name is Bob Miller, and I'm enclosing some tools for your toolbox giveaway. To give you a little bit of a background, I started my tool and die apprenticeship in 1954, and after finishing I got into tool design and some automated equipment design. I spent 7 years at Ford here in Louisville as a process engineer, and somehow get involved in electronics for the security industry. My true love is inventing and design. I founded a small company that developed and manufactured security equipment. We had a little under 100 employees and 9 great engineers that I got to work with. Boy, I couldn't wait to get to work in the morning. We came up with some really neat devices. I did get to play around in the shop to develop some mechanical projects, such as the tire lock and tank saver. The tire lock can immobilize anything from a moped to an 18-wheeler, see enclosed folder. The tank saver is a tool that can reseat the O-ring seat on aluminum scuba tanks. A used sample enclosed, you can hang on to the tank saver. I hope the tools go to one of your young apprentices and they in turn learn the trade well. I love watching your videos and have watched some several times. Keep up the good work. I do have one question. Why the left-hand bolt on the tailstock clamp? The left-hand bolt on the tailstock clamp was a great change of design from the standpoint of tightening and loosening without changing the stance in front of your lathe, because every time you go to take a regular right hand nut and you tighten it, you're stronger in the pulling of the wrench, And every time you need to loosen it off, of course you're weaker in the push, so you got to change your stance to pull it back the other way. By having the left hand pull on there, you are always pushing to tighten it, which is more tendency not to over tighten your tailstock, and it's easy to pull it loose. So it's a physics change that somebody had done to the lathe a long time ago, and I cursed it for about the first couple days. After that, I wish every one of my lathes I've ever operated was a left hand tension on the tailstock. You just think about your position, the strength that you pull, and what it takes to undo what you've done. And that's why the left hand bolt, and actually the bolt broke on me about a year ago, and I put in a temporary piece of ball thread in there, and I used it in the right hand, cursing it until I finally sat down and machined myself a new left hand bolt to go in there. Also, some people say, hey, what's all that big stack up of washers and all of that? There's two sections to that bolt, and one is an adjustable centering for that bolt to be in the center of the tailstock and the center of the bed of the lathe. And it has one nut that tightens that unit right there. Through that tube that is centered and adjusted and tightened, there's the left hand drawbar for the palm, the underneath palm or clamp, so to speak, on the bottom side of that, comes up, and that sits on another set of washers, which are really hardened washers, and they don't wear, they don't bevel, they don't bend or anything else. I looked at them, I thought, oh, these things are going to be, you know, I'm going to be throwing these things out. All right, I put almost, I don't know, 17 years on that lathe, and I wouldn't have nothing other than that left hand drawbar on that clamp for that tailstock. So that's kind of what the story is on that. I know, even after this, I know somebody's going to ask me down the road. Every time I have a video and I actually am tightening and loosening that, you know, people see it and they notice it and they ask. And that's the main thing, is people will watch videos, but a lot of people that watch my videos don't read the comments, and that's where I answer the details like that. And even if they're making a comment, they, you know, hey, I'm guilty of it time to time, you know, myself, is not reading through the whole bit of comments. But I also, on the other hand, have sat there and get engrossed in the comments, and I've learned quite a bit of feedback from other people as well. So it's a two-way street there. So that's what the story is on that, Bob. All right. Let's go ahead. Okay, this is your tire lock and vehicle mobilizer. I'll look at that. And a tank saver. That's cool. All right, let's see what you got in here. Alright, that looks like an indicator mag base holder. Here's a small pair of spring calipers. That is a cute little set. Small set of feeler gauges. 2 to 15. Three-quarter-inch scale. Sixty-fourths, 32nd, 16ths, 8ths. And there's an old tachometer. Missing a little rubber foot there, but this is the sterret. Very nice. Still feels very workable. This is a little different than the one I have in the cabinet. Looks a little newer. This has got to be something about the scuba tank there. Nice 0 to 1 inch sterret micrometer. This is the same style right here that I created my logo for my business, my name, and this is the exact micrometer right here that I used. And of course I turned it kind of cartoony now. It's a beautiful mic. It's a Rex M2 piece of cobalt. It's a depth scale, Lufkin.
Fenner.
All right. All right. Come back out here and just got through with some dinner, and we're continuing to open up Bob's. I believe it was Bob Miller. Yeah. Look at that. Memory is another pair of spring calipers here. These are Brown and Sharp. They have a 108 number on them. And here is the butt end of the sterret push button mag base, which is on the list. I just ran out of memory on the other card, but I just caught it. We just found the mag base and we put the stem on there, and I had two other items that I pulled out of the box here, and they are two sterret micrometers. This is a sterret 0 to 1 and a sterret 1 to 2, and but this is a 436 here, and this is a 436. It's a match set, which is very nice. This set of micrometers here. So we've got the 3 micrometers here, and the other accessories. I'm going to go ahead and put this together so we can get a good picture for it, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to cross a few things off of our list here as well. Alright, our next one here we're going to open up from John Saunders. Keith has promised a contribution for the What's in Your Box, John. New York City CNC is his channel. Saunders Machine Works. Pretty cool. Thanks for the card there, John. He's now in Ohio. He gives the toolbox a sterret center finder complete set. Excellent. And John, we get to cross off a wiggler or center finder set. So we got one in there now. Excellent. Thanks, John. Okay, coming down the home stretch, I think we got 3 more. Alright, and this one here is from Colin Chapet. And he's in Canada, and I'm going to go ahead and pull his label off of here. All right, let's see how we're going to get into this. Pretty good packing. Keith, I think the box giveaway is a really cool thing. We do need to retain these skills on this continent and try to remain producers and not only consumers. I don't have tools to contribute, but I hope this mill stop will find a good home in this year's giveaway. Cheers, Colin. P.S. Wife thinks I've lost it now. Colin was nominated last year by his wife, and hey, Corey, because he talks like all of us, and we come into that job or whatever, and as we're growing, and you go, I need that tool. And you always need something you don't have, because you're always striving to do something that you've never done before. That's what it boils down to, I think. So anyway, let's check this out. This yeah, now I think you're insane. You should have just sent this to me. You know, this is right up there with totally cool. That one there locks that. Rotating around here, that locks that. These are anodized. This is some nice work. Really cool. Thank you very much. You know, I'm sure somebody is really going to dig this, and before Christmas time, I'm gonna look at this, and definitely would be a cool project for anybody to make up one like this. I do have something that I use and it's pretty cool, but and hand twisting lock pieces, but this really shows every bit of universal capabilities that you would need to come in and create stops. Okay, let me get a couple close lookups of that right there. Your wife is right. You've lost it. You know. You know what? It's not on the tool list. But how can you hate not putting that in and giving it to somebody that will put many miles down the road on it? At least that's that's what we're hoping for, right? All right. Okay, what's in your box? Get her done. And this is from AJ Sales, New Douglas, Illinois. Jesus said, I am the door. Looks like a little bit of a reed. just what I want. Hi Keith, I am a follower of your videos at YouTube. I want to thank you for taking the time to make and upload them. I have learned quite a lot from watching you work. You do a great job explaining why or what you are doing at each level of the job you are doing, so someone like myself can understand the process. In other words, you are a great teacher. Thank you. I worked as a mechanic for an electrical corp, working on buckets and digger trucks for the last 25 years, and recently took early retirement. I am now starting a second phase of my career. Since jobs are so hard to find and I have a rather large shop at home, I started collecting machine tools way back when I was going to enlist in the Navy, but were honest and told me they were honest and told me they couldn't promise me a job as a machinist. I have had a Clausing 10x36 lathe for quite some time now. All in all, I sure enjoy your videos and will wear my new machine right cap most of the time. Oh, the Allen wrenches, they are a present from one tool freak to another. Oh, thanks. All the threes are blue, 3/8, 3/16, 3/32. All the fives are yellow, 5/16, 5/32. All the ones are red, 1/4, 1/8. All the sevens are brown, 7/32, 7/64. All the nines are orange. Thank you, John Fink. I read it over and over, and he says, oh, the Allen wrenches, they are a present from one tool freak to another. So I have to take it, John, that you're giving these to me. I'm going to hold on to them without opening them up for right now, and if we're strapped for another set of Allens to make a second box or whatever, I may put these in, or I'll match these in the giveaway itself. All right, that's pretty awesome. He took them all apart and he put tape around each one of them to color them, just like he said in the commentary there. Okay, here's our last box for today. Actually tonight. It's 8:45, and I think shoot, I don't know. Maybe even the video will have the clock at the beginning there, so that's a trivia question. But I do know that I started somewhere around 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon with this video, and actually it's probably going to be several videos. All right, Jeff, let's see what you got in here. A box inside a box. What's in your box to give away? Keith Fenner, 791 Main Street, West Ennis. Boom, boom, boom. Keith, it's okay to open with knife. Cool. You think I'd open it any other way? See that? You put a piece of cardboard right there. And I didn't even put a cut. Well, yeah. You can look right there. Maybe just a little scar. Alright. Hi Keith. I think it's great that you're doing this again. I have enclosed a few things to add to the box, or just the extra pile. The micrometers have seen a lot of use and misuse, but still work great. They were in a lot I picked up in an auction with some of the other items inside that I already have in my shop. I will be sending more later, but wanted to get some to you while I had a minute to do. Thanks. Jeff Segrist. Lodi, Wisconsin, I believe is how you pronounce that. Keep up the great job and videos. Jeff's also on YouTube as well. Right there, a tap follower. Excellent. I use those for just locating lots of times by eyeball. They're a great tool. I love them. I'm not going to go through that whole thing again. I know how to do this now. Okay. And there you go. You know that's an indicator tip right there. That's a Starrett number 671. Okay, Jacobs chuck, half to, 1.5 to 13 millimeter capacity. It's clean, it has seen a little use. Oh, look at this. Could this be a dial indicator that could go on that Starrett mag base that we have? It is a Starrett indicator, and this is a 100,000ths range, and a nice threaded back there. This would be something I probably want to run on a height gauge or something like that. Excellent. Here's a Starrett 1 to 2. Still nice ratchet on there, still feels nice on the barrel. I was just feeling to see if there's a lock on there or not. Not that it matters, most of the time you're all by feel. Very nice. Alright, here's a 0 to 1 and 0 to 25 millimeter combination with a digital counter down here. Nice lock. The tension feels pretty good on there, although I am a feel person. Very nice. That's nice to be a combination like that. Drill gauge, very nice. There's a screw gauge. Also very nice. Here's a level. This is a Starrett level. 130 is what it is. 3 3/8 inch. Look at here. Allen wrench set. Three 32nd to 1/4 inch, 8-piece set. No, let's see. Yeah, 8-piece set. 5 there and 3 there. Safety conscientious person here. I love this. Earplugs. on the list. Check it off. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs. Acid brushes, paintbrush, another 1 to 2 mic, and we have a combination mic now. They have a tap handle in here, so I'm going to put 1 tap handle from the prior. I just remembered that. No flashlight, no inspection mirror yet. Alright, let me put a name tag on that there, Jeff, and we're going to call that a night. Alright, this has been a long afternoon, finally catching up to what's been given for the toolbox, and now I have a good jot down on what we already have on the toolbox. For those of you that want to contribute more tools and help us build this box and a wooden box that's yet to be made for the toolbox giveaway this year, I will be listing the tools that we already have, and what we do need will be visible on my website. I will also be putting up a page and giving a snapshot of the tools themselves by listed with the person's name to give the tools, and that's how I'm going to show it. This, instead of listing everything on there, I have each person's name in the photos of each collection of tools that they donated for the toolbox giveaway. Because at the end, it might be in this box, might be in the other box, it might actually be in a pile. We're trying to fill the toolbox with a specific tool list, and then we'll put some other things in there, and the tools that are donated in for the giveaway will find a happy home. They just may be in one of the booby prizes, so to speak, for the other contenders or the other nominations that don't receive the box, similar to what you saw in the drawing in the winter of 2013. Alright, get her done.